Welcome to Mr. Nick Crash Course.
bensound.com.
George Herbert Mead is an American sociologist. He is considered as the father of American pragmatism and one of the pioneers in the field of social psychology because of his contributions on the development of the person relating to various social factors. Mead rejected the idea of biological determination of the self, which proposes that an individual already has an established self from the moment he is born. For him, the notion of a person with regards to who they are develops from one's social interaction with other people. He reiterated that the process of establishing the self is through the construction and reconstruction of the idea of who we are as a person during the process of social experience. The I and the me. Mead proposes that there are two components of the self which the person has. These components are the I and the me. The me are the characteristics, behavior, and/or actions done by a person that follows the generalized others that person interacts with, while the I is the reaction of the individual to the attitude of others, as well as the manifestation of the individuality of the person. Simply speaking, according to Mead, the concept the I is one's response to the established attitude and behavior that a person assumes in reference to their social interactions, while the me are the attitudes and behavior of the person with reference to their social environment. This is an illustration of how Mead's classification of I and me in socialization works. Me as a self created through socialization, and this how we learn behavior. Me as a social self. While the I is also the aspect of the self that responds to other people's attitudes. This is a self-creativity, and this I is the one who responding to socialization. Mead's three role-playing stages of self-development. Mead proposed that there are three stages in which a person has to go through for one to develop one's self. These stages are the preparation language stage, play stage, and game stage. The preparatory stage, according to Mead, during this stage the infant simply imitates the actions and behaviors of the people that the infant interacts with. Because the child is only mimicking what he or she observes from his or her environment, their actions are only the reflection of what they can remember without any intention or meaning behind their actions or behavior. The play stage. It is the time where children begins to interact with other with which certain rules apply. These rules oftentimes does not adhere to any set or standards, but rather are rules that are set by the children themselves. Also, this is the stage where the child practices real-life situations through pretend play and is the onset of self-consciousness. The development of the self in this stage occurs through the preliminary experiences that serves as practice for the child. The game stage, the final stage of self-development according to Mead, are characterized by the ability of the children to recognize the rules of the game and be able to identify their roles and the roles of the others that is playing with them. With this, the children at this stage learns the implications of their actions as well as the understanding or taking into account how one can take into account the viewpoint of the society on the attitudes and actions. With the idea of Mead with regards to the establishment of the sense of self, socialization is a lifetime endeavor, and the people one interacts with will change throughout a person's life, as such. Considering the social environment one belongs to along with the changes on the person's development, may it be at school, home, or work. The interactions and experiences the person acquires from those people and situations helps define a more concrete identity and sense of self. That idea of self may be based on the general attitudes and behaviors of other people or the individuality of the person that manifests as a response to those attitudes and behaviors of others.
bensound.com